Hello everyone, this is, well, a special kind of video. This is a top 10 Supernatural episodes video, because I'm doing this to celebrate the 100th episode, which airs this Thursday on the CW. So this is actually take 2 because the first take was 11 minutes long, so it got rejected, so I thought I'd be able to sneak by with that. But anyway, this is also a video response request, and I'd like you to let me know what your top 10 episodes are from the 99 so far. So I'm just going to jump right into this, and I may rush a little bit because I don't want to go over the time limit again. So first up, number 10 episode of all time is All Hell Breaks Loose Part 2 from Season 2. It's the Season 2 finale, and this episode, it's a favorite because it basically sets up, like, oh, I will take another minute to just say that there will be major spoilers, so please do not watch if you're not up to date with Supernatural. Anyway, All Hell Breaks Loose basically sets up everything. Like, from the time Dean makes the deal, that sets up, like, everything that's happened so far. Like, when you think about it, like, me thinking about that, it's just really neat when, you know, you think that everything that's happening now is all because Dean made this deal in Season 2. So it's very interesting and a very kick-ass finale. Like, you know, all hell does break loose. So number 9 is the Season 5 episode, The Song Remains the Same. This is a follow-up episode to a Season 4 episode where they go back in time. This one, they also go back in time, the boys. They meet their younger versions of their parents, because the angels have sent Anna to go kill them so they would never be born, so the apocalypse wouldn't have happened. But this one is a very worthy follow-up, and I'm kind of disappointed that the original title, Back to the Future 2, didn't stick, because it had something to do with rights. But if they'd been able to keep that title, I just think that would have been so badass and awesome. Number 8 is the Season 2 episode, What Is and What Should Never Be. Now in this one, Dean basically lives out what life would be like had he not become a hunter, had their mother not died. And I like to compare this one to the Buffy episode, The Wish, because it basically follows the same formula, like a what if episode. But it turns out that this new reality may not be all that it's cracked up to be, because the one person that he was closest to, Sam, is the one person that he's not that close with at all in the new reality. Although his mother's alive, his father died of a heart attack, but it's a very interesting episode to watch. And no, I just love, like, the what ifs like that. It's all very entertaining. And then we have, for number 7, the Season 3 episode, Jess and Bello. This was the last episode before the writer's strike, and it was epic. Like, the boys are in jail and demons are coming after them. And we get to see Lilith for the first time, who's a major player for Seasons 3 and 4. And, you know, everything goes boom there at the end, so it's kind of cool. Moving on to number 6 is a Season 5 episode called Dark Side of the Moon. Now in this one, both the boys are killed, and it's they end up going to heaven, which is actually kind of cool up there, because we saw Ash again, which was awesome. But the big part about this episode was we find out that God isn't going to do anything to help in this apocalypse, or so we're led to believe. We basically find out that God is just kind of watching, and, you know, he wants to see, from what I got for it, God's testing them, and he's going to want to see how they handle things. So, but I think God might be actually making an appearance on the show. I'm not sure how they do that, but it'll be interesting to find out and see. Also, the Disney reference with Roy and Walt at the start was pretty cool. Number 5 is the Season 4 episode, On the Head of a Pin. This episode was so kick-ass, because we learn that it's Dean who broke the first seal and started, like, all the seal breaking, because he had to be able to break the first seal in order for the other ones to be broken when he was in hell. So he did that, and, you know, he's feeling like crap about it. But What's really badass about this episode is when he's torturing Alistair. I love when he fills the syringe full of holy water. That is super cool. And we get some pretty cool Angel action, like Angel fighting with swords or a sword, and a lot more focus on the Angels in this episode, I think, on Castiel and Uriel, and yeah, and then Sam with the whole demon powers thing. So that was number 5. Number 4 is the season 3 finale, No Rest for the Wicked. This one we've been building up to, like all season 3 had been building up to this, which is in the final hours of Dean's deal. And he, basically they're trying to find a way to reverse the deal, and so they decide to go after Lilith because she has the contract, but bad things happen, and Dean ends up going to hell. Although it was a really great scene, like that end scene with him strung up on the chains, strung up with the chains, and his death scene. The only bad thing about this episode is that it was the final appearance of Katie Cassidy as Ruby, and I really like Katie Cassidy as Ruby, although I couldn't really see her doing the stuff that was done in season 4. So it was probably good that they changed, but they could have got a better actress. Now we're into the top 3. Number 3 is the season 5 premiere, Sympathy for the Devil. Now this one has big time like aftermath it's like the aftermath of the season 4 finale. Lucifer is risen, and we find out Sam is the vessel for Lucifer, and Dean is the vessel for Michael, and both of them, but Lucifer and Michael can't enter them because they have to give consent in order. So it's all about the angels trying to get Dean to say yes, and then but I guess if Michael and Lucifer go at it, like millions of people will die because there'd just be so much carnage, and that's bad. So it was really interesting, and then God had interfered in this, which was pretty cool. Well, we find out later that it was God. We didn't really know, but you suspect it anyway. But yeah, it was super kick-ass. And Mark Pelling, I can't pronounce his last name, but he plays Jacob on Lost. He does a terrific job as Lucifer, in my opinion. Number 2 is another season 5 episode called The End. Now, in this one, Zachariah sends Dean years into the future, and I like seeing Sam, like we get to see a Lucifer-possessed Sam, which is cool. He's all dressed in white, which I thought was kind of, funny. And a stoner-type Castiel, which is, Castiel has become one of my favorites on this show, and he's definitely a great character, and I hope they keep around for season 6. Maybe, possibly. But yeah, we get to see, like, the apocalypse and how all that went down, and, definitely really great. Now, number 1 is my favorite episode of Supernatural is In the Beginning, the first time travel episode where Dean goes back in time. Sam's like only in like 2 seconds of this episode, but Dean goes back in time to basically set up you look at this, and this episode basically sets up everything that's happened. And we also find out that Mary was a hunter, but you look at like season 1 and stuff, and you find out like this explains why everything happened. Why was Mary done up like that? We find out how Mary knew Azazel from season 2. It was done very, very well, and I just liked seeing how it all fit together, and it was very, very entertaining. I say that a lot, but it was in my all-time favorite episode of Supernatural. So that was it, my top 10 episodes of Supernatural. I'd like to see video responses. Ferg Scott, do some video responses, because I'm curious to see what you guys think. But I do like the funny episodes too, but they're not going to be on this list because there's just more kick-ass. And I may do another list at some point. So anyway, that was my video for today, so have a good one.